All right. Hello, everyone. Just getting myself situated here real quick. It's cut off a little bit. There we go. I think that should be fine. I don't know. Uh, yeah, the mount I have my phone on is not very easy to adjust, unfortunately. Hope everyone's doing well. This is my first time in a long time streaming only to YouTube. Usually I stream to Twitch, so this is an experience and it's a learning experience for sure, but it's one that I'm willing to make to see if this kind of works and see how we go from here. All right, hope everyone is doing well. It says one waiting in my YouTube thing, but I think that's just me and or one watching. So yeah, I think that's just me because I have the stream open in a browser here. So if you're in the if anyone is watching, go ahead and say something in the chat real quick. That way I know you're here, and then we can kind of get started with some Q&As here, hopefully. If no one shows up, I'm gonna try to stream. I know I was late streaming. I was getting ready. I didn't want to look like a complete hot garbage mess when I started the stream, so um, I wanted to make sure that I was not everything was okay for me to start streaming. So I'm sorry for being a little bit late. But I'm here. I want to go ahead and stream for about. We'll see how it goes by 3:30. If no one's in the chat or showing up by about 3:30 to ask some questions, then we'll go ahead and proceed with something else, I guess. But yeah, this is supposed to be a 1,000 subscriber stream. I reached 1,000 subscribers back in, I think, late December 2024. So I was supposed to do a stream like this way back then, but didn't necessarily have the time. Dealing with a full-time job, 3 kids and whatnot. So we're doing it now. I had the weekend off from having kids. So anyone in the chat who's in the chat can go ahead and ask questions. We can go ahead and open the space up for any questions to be answered or whatnot. Anything any of my subscribers or any potential subscribers have questions that want to be answered for, then we can go ahead and do that. But let's see. While I'm waiting for people to come in and chat and ask questions and whatnot, kind of let you guys know what my plans are. I did kind of say what I wanted to do in my retrospective video. From what I recall, that video only had like 7 views. But most of my other videos are doing pretty well in the hundreds of views category. So, it is what it is, but I guess I can go ahead and reiterate here what I plan on doing over the next year. So, over the last couple of years, I've kind of done retrospective videos just explaining what I wanted to do. This year, for sure, since Metal Gear Solid Delta is coming out, I will be doing a live stream of that game when it releases. It does release a couple of days before my birthday, so it'll be kind of like a release party slash birthday stream playing that game. That is at the end of August, so I do plan on doing that for sure. I do have a lot of games in my backlog that I do want to take care of, as well as games that I've played and beat previously in my life before YouTube was a thing, and I actually want to go through those for YouTube. I already started Dirge's Cerberus, but I want to finish that for YouTube. I want to do the God of War series for YouTube. I've only played a couple of the Final Fantasy games, i.e., Final Fantasy 8, 10, 12, and 13. But I do want to do all of the Final Fantasy games for the channel. When I say 13, I literally just mean Final Fantasy 13. I've started 13.2, have not picked, I have, but I have not started 13.3. Lightning Returns, but I do plan on playing through that for YouTube at some point. Um, Beyond those, there's just a bunch of other games that I would like to go through for YouTube. X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's not a highly rated game, but I do enjoy the game. I do have 100% trophies in it already. Um, I got those maybe a couple of years after the game was released, but I do want to go through that for the channel, as well as the Deadpool game. I do have that for PS4, so I'll be going through that for the channel as well. Um, let's see. There's so many other games that I do have that I'm drawing a blank on right now. I do kind of want to redo the Metal Gear Solid games for the channel because back when I did it initially for the channel, I had a different capture device, which made the picture kind of dark for the games that I recorded. So I kind of want to redo those now that I have a different capture card and that I also can use the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 to be able to capture the footage. So I'll probably be doing one of those too to redo Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4. I have yet to get to 5. I played probably about half of 5 in my personal time, but I have not done any of it for YouTube or Twitch. So I will be getting to Metal Gear Solid 5 at some point, both Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain. But when I do get to that, it'll be completely fresh for me, basically. And then uh, I know it's a bit of an old game. It came out about 10 years ago, so uh, it even though I haven't beaten the game, I'm pretty much sure what happens at the end. I have spoiled it for myself because it is a 10-year-old game, and I've watched numerous videos on it regarding like the story and whatnot. So that is my own fault for one not playing it, even though I have it, and then just spoiling it for myself. So I don't have anyone else to blame but myself for that. Same with Metal Gear Solid Rising, or is it Metal Gear Rising? Yeah, it's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I've played through about half of that game, but have not beat it. But again, I've kind of spoiled that for myself from watching other YouTubers' videos on it. But I do plan on playing through that for the channel as well at some point. I don't know when I'll be able to get to any of these games, but if anyone has any suggestions on games that they want me to play, I'm more than willing to take suggestions. Looks like we did have another viewer come in and then they left, so they didn't say anything in chat. It is what it is. But yeah. Also, it took about a minute or so for me to figure out how to set up the stream because I initially scheduled this particular stream through my phone, and in the YouTube studio aspect, it showed that I was supposed to be doing the live stream via mobile. So I thought that meant that I can only do the live stream or start the live stream on my phone. I Before I decided to go that route, I ended up looking in my OBS just on a whim to see if I can do anything with that, and um, I used Restream, Restream.io for streaming through OBS. Whenever I want to do Twitch, or usually I double stream Twitch and Kick. I usually don't stream through YouTube anymore. Like I said, this is the first time in a while that I've started streaming through YouTube. But I logged into YouTube via by itself in OBS, and this stream came up as an option to select to be able to start the live stream. So that worked out. So that took about a minute for me to figure out and get everything situated, but it took a couple of more minutes because I didn't realize that there was a start stream and a start broadcast. And I don't know, that's weird the way that they have YouTube set up in OBS. But you keep looking, seeing me look to the side because I have three monitors. My OBS is to the right of me, and then I'm looking. My camera is dead center, and then I have another monitor to the left of me. So sometimes a lot of times probably you'll see me look to the right, to look at my OBS to make sure everything is going well. I also have a chat box on the left, or excuse me, on the right monitor, as well as in the center monitor, just to make sure I don't miss anything in case a lot of people tend to come in and, they're chatting away or whatnot. I don't expect that to be the case, but, I have backups. I also have a couple of iPads here for various reasons, but I've shared my setup with a couple of different groups, and there's been people that have stated that they think that my setup is kind of redundant, which for me it serves a use. Everything on my desk serves a use. Um, it takes up a lot of space in my. I have it in my bedroom, and it's even though it takes up a lot of room in my bedroom, there's still not enough space for me to kind of move about or put other things where I would like them. Like I have a printer, but I can't put my printer here in the room. I have it sitting on the kitchen table in the house. So, if I print something, I have to walk up all the way to the kitchen, and my room's in the very back of the house. So that's a bit inconvenient. And let's see, what else? Oh, I do have some little Metal Gear Solid models that I can't put on the desk because I don't have enough room. I do have a couple of models here on my desk. One is this Saw figurine that I got from a popcorn bucket at the movie theaters. And the cool thing about this is there's a button in the back. You can press it and then it falls and then let it go, brings it back up. So I think that's kind of cool. So I have this on my desk right under the middle monitor. And then I have this little skull. I forget where I got this, but this is right next to my little Saw figurine. Um, I do have a couple of other little figurines that are coming in the mail that I'll do an unboxing for. Depending on when I get those figurines, I don't want to ruin the surprise just yet. Um, but these are my first figurines in this particular brand, or from this particular brand, and I'm really excited. They haven't emailed me saying that they shipped them yet. Um, but once they do ship them and I get them, I'll be doing unboxings for the channel. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see. So yeah, that's pretty much the general idea of what I want to go through this year. For sure, like I said, I'll be doing the Metal Gear Solid Delta stream when that releases back at the or in the end of August. Actually, let me pull up my PlayStation app here real quick. See if that'll list any of my games here. That way I can kind of get an idea. Oh, I have my PlayStation 3 right here next to me too. I can turn that on if need be. But let's see. Oh, kind of get into a good position so that way the green screen doesn't get all cut off here and stuff. I got some water here. Good, I need some water. I downloaded Marvel Rivals. I've tried it, but I didn't really care for it. I only mentioned that because someone on my yeah, one of my friends list people are playing Rivals right now. Spider-Man. I do want to play the Spider-Man games for the channel. Sorry, I'm trying to get to a good position to where. There we go. Okay. Um, I do eventually want to. I have a couple of videos that I'm working on for Mortal Kombat, and there's two videos right now that I've been working on that I've been working on for at least 6 months, and just because of the time, my lack of time and everything, I haven't been able to really finish them. But once I get finished with those, I'll be able to get started on the story modes for the Mortal Kombat series, starting with possibly Deadly Alliance. It'll depend. Um, with that one, they start off with what's called Conquest mode. If you're familiar with Deadly Alliance, Deception, and Armageddon, they have the story mode for those are called Conquest mode. And for Deadly Alliance, it's less of a story and more of a just kind of practice to get familiar with each character's moves and whatnot. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to play through that before I get to Deception. We will see. And it's also more so along the lines of how good they do in terms of views. I can possibly post a couple of videos, see how well they do in terms of getting views. If they don't get many views, then I'll just post like each character's in story, like I've been doing with Mortal Kombat 1. And then once those are all posted, I'll go ahead and proceed with the conquest mode for Deception and then just go from there. In my private time, before YouTube and definitely after YouTube was the thing, I did beat the conquest mode or the story mode for Deadly Alliance before, along with Deception, Armageddon, and Mortal Kombat 9, which is just titled Mortal Kombat. Um, Beyond that, I haven't played any of the other Mortal Kombat stories. So Mortal Kombat 10, 11, and 1, I'm completely fresh on those. I do not know what happens in the story, and I've been avoiding videos on those to keep from spoiling the story mode on any of those games. So I've been pretty good on that front. Let's see, what time is it? It's 3:29. Okay. So in terms of games, additional games, because I do have all the Mortal Kombat games for sure. That includes Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. I did beat the story mode in that game, and I do have it. So I'll be playing that for the channel as well when it comes time to get to that. I have to double check though to see if that's before or after Mortal Kombat 9. When I find that again, because I did find that out before, I just forgot. So once I find that out, then I'll go ahead and make sure I got plans for that to set that up whenever that time comes. Um, I got the Suicide Squad for free from PlayStation Plus when that was on PlayStation Plus. It was either last month or the month before, so I got that, and I'll be starting that at least. I can't guarantee that I'll finish it, but I'll start it at least for the channel. Sonic Colors. I have all the Sonic games. I did start Sonic Frontier for the channel, and I do plan on going back to it. Just depends on the time. Being that it isn't kind of open world game, I'm not sure how that'll work out. But let's see. This PlayStation app doesn't go beyond like the maybe 10, 15 games on my list. So let me see if it'll do that. Okay. Yeah, it only lists like 10, 15 games. Um I have a way out, so I want to do that at some point. Can't promise when though. I have Alan Wake Remastered. I have the Amnesia Collection. Let's see. A Plague Tale Innocence, a Plague Tale Requiem. Let's see. I don't know if I'll be getting to those, but we'll see. But those are the only things that are showing up right now on my PlayStation app. Kind of don't want to start right now. I'll start up any of my other systems right now just because there's not many people here. And if there's no one here and there's no one asking for it, then no sense in doing it. Know what I mean? All right. And it is 3:31 at this point. No one's really come in. I've been streaming for, it says 24 minutes I've been streaming, so I don't know. I'll wait a couple more minutes just to see if anybody comes through so that way we can kind of gauge on whether I should continue or not. I was gonna check something too. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, while we're waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and actually upload a video here to my YouTube channel, and after the upload is finished, we'll see where we can go from there. But I do want to upload this video and schedule it for maybe 6 or 7 tonight to be made public. Just dance, Just dance. Okay, here's the video. Let's go ahead and upload this. And copy everything except the title. I'm going to manually redo the title. Actually, let's copy that, reuse details again. All right. Okay. I just gotta update the tags here real quick, and then I'll be able to schedule this, and then we'll be on our way. Just dance. Just dance. Just dance. Wish I knew the words, but I don't know. I just dance. Okay, I'll stop. Alright, today's the 23rd. You want to schedule this? Let's see. Let's schedule it for 6 p.m. just to give it some more time to kind of get some engagement going. And schedule. We have that video scheduled, so look out for that if you're in the stream or you're watching this afterwards. There's a short that I posted for release at 6 p.m. tonight. That's in 2.5 hours. And we'll go ahead and close that. I'm only doing that there because the stream that I posted last night has seemed to kind of lost its steam. It stopped at 510 views. So, alrighty. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Well, it's 3:36 now. We've been streaming for almost half an hour and no one's come in and asked any questions. Go ahead and feel free to ask questions here in this chat after the stream is gone dead. I'll go ahead and make sure to respond as quickly as I can. There was a question that I was asked on one of my earlier videos from a couple weeks ago. I did answer it already, but I'll go ahead and pull that up and answer it here on the live stream if I can get to it. Okay, let me go ahead and switch over to my web browser real quick. Here we go. So, person asks here at the bottom, does it still work? This is in regards to Netflix on the PS3. A couple weeks ago, I posted a video with Netflix working on the PS3. If you haven't seen that video already, go ahead and go watch it. See what you think. But someone asked if Netflix still works on the PS3. It says that it does not support Netflix with ads. I've heard other people saying that they have had issues with their Netflix ad accounts or ad subscriptions on the PS3. I haven't done any research, but I have heard other people of having this issue. I believe with the PS3, because they haven't updated that app in a while, that if you have an ad subscription for Netflix, then your account will not work on the PS3. I've only heard of people having issues. I don't know for sure if that's the case or not. What I can do is I can actually, let's go ahead and do that real quick and check and see if that's something that we can find out on the Netflix site real quick. Actually, let me Google it. PS3 Netflix 2025. Okay. While the PS3 Netflix is no longer officially supported by Sony or Netflix, it still functions in 2025, albeit with some limitations. Here's a more detailed breakdown. The PS3 Netflix app allows users to stream content from their Netflix accounts, but it's not as up to date as the apps on newer consoles. Limitations: no updates. The PS3 Netflix app hasn't received updates in years, meaning it may not have the latest features or content available on other platforms. Interface: the interface is known to be slow and clunky compared to newer streaming apps. Content availability: some content may not be available on the PS3 Netflix app due to licensing or other factors. No 1080p. Unlike newer consoles, the PS3 version of Netflix streams at 720p, not 1080p. That I did not know. This is the AI overview, so this might not be accurate. It might be accurate. I'm not 100% sure. If that is true, that's interesting to know because I did not know that. Alternatives: if you're looking for a better streaming experience, excuse me, streaming experience, consider using a newer console or a dedicated streaming device. Still working despite its limitations, many users still enjoy using the PS3 Netflix app, especially for its ability to stream on older TVs or for its unique 4:3 aspect ratio support. Jailbroken PS3. Some users with jailbroken PS3s have found ways to bypass the PlayStation Network and use patched Netflix packages, allowing for a more modern streaming experience. And they actually use my thumbnail in my video at the bottom of this link. That is awesome. Thank you for that, Google. Pushing out my let's see, the first two results are my videos. That is awesome. One from the one from 3 weeks ago, and then the one from January of last year. Oh, that is awesome that they're pushing out my content. Thank you, Google. The fate of the Netflix on PS3. Netflix coming to the PS3. Does Netflix still work on the PS? Oh, that's linked from my LinkedIn. Wow. Streaming coming to PS3. Netflix on PS3. That's from 2010. Golly. Can you believe 2010 was 15 years ago? That is insane. That doesn't even seem that long ago either. Okay. Oh, this is from 2 years ago. Let's see what this says. Basic with ads is not supported on PlayStation 3. To watch Netflix on your PlayStation 3, you'll need to upgrade your Netflix plan to Basic, Standard, or Premium. Or watch Netflix and stay on your current plan, you'll need to use a different device. Okay, and this is from 2 years ago, so I'm sure that that's still the case now. That is so interesting. Let's see, Hulu Plus is already gone. Really? That 2 years ago it was gone. Because I remember I may be incorrect, but last year I think I remember Hulu Plus working on the PS3. Huh. Let's see. So I started using Xbox for apps and stuff like this. Same, but it's a bit buggy. 3 exists basic with ads. Or there exists basic with ads? Yes. It's a new Netflix thing. It just gets better. The Volvo XC40 with over-the-air updates. Really surprisingly, the thing is ancient. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, so I'm just reading, but we've got our answer, and that looked like it was from Netflix directly, even though this was a Reddit post. Let's see. Oh, here we go. PlayStation 3. Ad-supported plans aren't available on PlayStation 3. This is direct from Netflix. All right, so for the person who asked that question in my video earlier today, there you go. Officially, ads are not supported on PlayStation 3. Sorry about that. You will need to either use another device or upgrade your plan to be able to utilize it on the PS3. VR headsets. I do have a VR headset. Ad-supported plans aren't available on VR headsets. To watch Netflix on this device, you'll need to change to an ad-free plan or use a different device. It's weird that it doesn't specify what VR headsets. Just in general VR headsets, I have a MetaQuest 3 and I'm unable to get Netflix at all. And I have the premium subscription. So I don't know what I would need to do to be able to use Netflix on my MetaQuest 3. Potentially I can just use the web browser, but that's a little inconvenient when most other things just have apps for you to be able to use. Okay, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, so let's go ahead and stop that while we're ahead. Anyway, that was one question that I got earlier today, so wanted to answer that live on YouTube to just have one question answered. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it here because no one's come through and actually asked any questions, but I appreciate you guys watching if you've watched after the fact. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave me any suggestions in the comments for things you want to see out of this channel in the future. I am more than willing to take in any suggestions that anybody has. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed thus far. I am currently at 1,116 subscribers. And here, I'll go ahead and pull that up again for you guys real quick, just so that way you can see, because on the back end, or on the public end, it doesn't show. So you guys, how many exact subscribers I have. So yeah, right here, 1,116 for subscribers for this channel. So I appreciate each and every one of you who have subscribed to me, and I'm hoping for more thus far. If you guys can continue supporting me, liking the videos, watching the videos, if you can watch them all the way through, even if it's in the background, that helps out a lot. Other than that, thank you guys again for being loyal subscribers, loyal fans, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Deuces, my juices. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know why I still have it up here. What the deuce? Wait, where's my mouse? There we go. Full face cam. There we go. Yeah. All right. Deuces, my juices.